Hey, what's up, fellas? It's the still the 13th of March. I got a very interesting set of things I want to talk to you about. In the backyard, there's the Franklin Mountains. It just seems like every time I get ready to start living my average gray man life, certain things seem to come up that require my attention. And these are what I'm going to show you and talk to you about in this video is called perishable skills. I can tell you that when I was in the military, and I'm not trying to say I was ever a tier 1 operator, but I was right behind those guys. So I guess I was the tier 2 operator. I was with the what they call the support guys. So beautiful sky out here. Beautiful blue sky. My smart-ass neighbor that lives up there. Don't matter about him. So anyways, there are skills. I'm gonna. It is abnormal for anyone in the communities I used to work in to ask for those of us that they know are retired if we're interested in doing some contract work. And one of the things that I do all the time that I don't think a lot of you think about because you're so busy trying to get ahead in your lives is that there are skill sets that you should have to maintain. So this is an AR-15. That is a magazine, 30-round magazine. There's 25 rounds there. When I keep a weapon loaded for a long time, because again, you cannot call timeout in real life, I don't want to over stress the spring in the magazine. Now, I'm not in either one of the groups that believe that you should never keep them loaded or you should always keep them loaded because it doesn't matter. I'm somewhere in the middle. So this is, I'm going to show you my primary defense weapon for my home. This is a Mossberg 12 gauge shotgun. And how I load my loads is that's the red is considered buckshot. That's a deer slug, so I go buckshot, deer slug, buckshot, deer slug, buckshot. And if you're going to be in a home defense type of scenario, you don't have to worry about putting a 9mm or a 38. You don't want to have to worry about putting a little bullet in somebody. You want to, if they break into your home, all bets are off. If you break into my home when I'm not here, I don't have a fucking problem with that. That's why I have insurance. You break into my home while I'm here, they're never going to find your stupid ass. Here, I'm going to show you something else. I don't know if you guys know what organic lime, green lime, organic lime, what lime is used for. Anyways, but let me just move on from that. So anyway, so I get this, I start getting these emails, and I'm not fucking sure how these guys found me, but I'm getting emails from G4S, AirScan, Academia, Defon International, and Aegis Defense. They're all what we consider PMCs, which are called private military companies. And I've been offered a couple of contracts. Where they want me to go is Colombia. And anyways, let me show you some of the other stuff. That's a 9mm Smith & Wesson. I got to take the cylinder out of the, I'm going to set you down. so I can take the cylinder out of my 22 mag. This is a 22 mag. You pull down and you turn this and you slide it out. All right. So to take a little pressure off the cylinder, you pull the hammer back just a little bit. And I'm going to set this down over here, and I'm going to dump the 5. Here's the cylinder. I'm going to dump the 5 22 mag rounds, and yes, that's a very long, fast round for a 22 millimeter. Again, I don't consider myself a tough guy. I'm not trying to fight anybody. I actually just want to be a gray man. I want you to leave me alone. If you're my friend, I want to interact with you, and I want to be part of your life, and I want to have fun with you and all that kind of stuff. But if I don't know you, I'm not going to come up and ask you for something. I'm not going to try to take something from you. I'm not going to try to teach you a lesson or anything else like that. But here I'm going to show you, again, there's 15 rounds, which is what a magazine holds for a 9 millimeter. That's a Smith & Wesson 9 millimeter. That knife is called karambit. And that's how I started learning to fight. This knife over here has what is called a tanto, blade tip on it, which means that it has a blade tip on it, which is what they consider armored piercing. So you can push this through someone's vest, but you can't push it through what they call chainmail. And believe it or not, some of the older technologies are very good. All that to say this: the world we live in as men is incredibly violent. And if you do not have the capacity to be violent, and you think that if a situation jumps up on you, you can go, time out, give me 7 days, a week and a half, and I'll come back and I'll be ready. That's not how life works, young men. And I promise you, as a younger man, at least 4 times in your life, you're going to be involved in a violent conflict, whether you want to participate in that conflict or not. I would rather have you develop your set of perishable skills, which includes weapons. That includes pistols, knives, shotguns, semi-automatic rifles. It's just, if you don't take the time to do certain things like maintain your weight and health, exercise, and practice some of the martial arts, boxing and wrestling is a minimum, and learning how to shoot and use a knife is also a minimum. Above that is Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Listen to me. I love my life now, which I believe I've earned. But I will tell you this. My life is nowhere near as difficult as your life is as a younger man. Now I'm going to clean all of these weapons up and dry fire them, because you have to. You have to be able to know how to hold a weapon. You should be high. It should always be high up here in your hand. Your grip should be very high so that you can maintain pressure. And then I don't use the cup and saucer. I use the Weaver grip, which I grip over the top. Anyways, I shouldn't be pointing a fucking gun at you guys. But anyways, it is what it is. I do not think you can live a good life as a man unless you're able to defend yourself and the people that you love. That's probably a long way of talking about it, but I have to also tell you this. there is going to be a need for men who understand how to use violence, and at least for the next I think at least the next 5 years. So I was shocked that these companies were calling me. And these are the companies that are quasi, kind of like Blackwater and Triple Canopy. I was shocked. I can't even fucking tell you. I'm like, you want a 57-year-old ex-EOD guy? And I was never a tier 1 operator. I tried out for Delta Force. I just wasn't fucking good enough. I made it to Ranger training. I made it to all the other bullshit training, including EOD school. But I tried out 3 fucking times for Delta Force. And I personally understood that I wasn't good enough. And that, I had no problem with that. For me, I would rather try to be the best and get as close as I can and realize that I'm just not there than to be the guy who's, I could have done that. Sitting back at like 65, I could have done that. That's not me. So all I'm trying to do is give you some actual skills, and martial arts, boxing, fighting, using knives and guns are perishable skills, which means you have to practice how to use them. You have to know how to clean them. You have to know how they operate mechanically. And you have to know how to do what's called immediate action. Like if you get a stovepipe is when one of the rounds gets caught up here like this with the chamber back. Anyways, I'm not going to it doesn't fucking matter. This video is too long. Anyways, I'll probably title this Why You Need to Know Martial/Perishable Skills. All right? Stay safe and healthy. Take care of each other if you can. And you have to take care of yourself. And one of the key factors to being able to take care of yourself is to be able to defend yourself. All right? All right, I'm gonna be lighter now. All right, here we go. This is I'm gonna try to give you my Johnny Cash voice, like a fart in a G string. I think it's like this. No, that looks creepy. From West Texas, El Paso. I'm out of here. Love you guys. Bye bye.